Good morning, Colombia. I'm Ginea Acevedo, and welcome to another edition of EA News. Thank you for preferring us. Today, we are performing a new session for the first time. EA News is the people's voice. We're gonna tell you about the main problems that cause Bogota people concern. For that, we have divided those problems into common topics: unsafety, harsh and bad traffic, contamination, lack of culture, and finally corruption. Our reporters Silvia, Karen, Valeria, and Daniel are in live now. Go ahead, what the people say.
Hello, I'm Silvia Contreras, a freelance journalist working for ANEWS. We are here to discuss about safety in Colombia, more specifically, how people feel in Colombia's streets. Although Colombians are used to that, dissatisfaction becomes more widely known currently. A Colombian research tells us that the most common theft methods were snatching your day bag, camera or even cell phone, pickpocketing and taking advance for a moment's inattention to pick up your gear and run away. We did a poll where we asked two Colombian citizens about this problem and its possible solutions.
Firstly, you can see how plenty of interview people mention that unsafety in Colombia is one of the highest problems. Secondly, they mention why this problem is frequent and common in the street. And finally, they give some solutions like improving education with better civic culture.
The future givens show how the majority think insecurity is due to poor education. Therefore, they pay taxes for nothing and government doesn't invest in public education. I interviewed Sofia Rojas, so I'm going to show that.
Why isn't there some improvement in Colombian safety?
Well, from my point of view, I think that in Bogota there is an organized crime that is dedicated to terrorizing with street robberies, house robberies, vehicle robberies, and extortion of good citizens. However, the main cause of insecurity in the city is the lack of authority and permissiveness of the current administration to generate crime.
Then, the overall solution proposed is a better education with real ethical values and a good investment in public education without corruption. To sum up, unsolved in Colombia has been known by the highest rate of robbers around the country. According to Colombian citizens, security can be improved when the government invests in public education and people start to be conscious in order to less dangerous streets.
My name is Karen Delgado, and I want to talk to you about another very important problem in our city, pollution specifically in Bogota. On many occasions, we have had levels of contamination so high that they can even damage our health. Some studies affirm that Bogota is one of the most polluted cities in the world. All this is caused thanks to factory emissions and also from the large number of cars and buses that are driven off the city streets. In our research, we found that most people think that one of the biggest problems in the city is pollution. They have shared their opinion and most agree that the government doesn't act properly. In addition to the fact that citizens aren't aware of the situation and traffic in the city with thousands of cars on the streets only worsens the situation. But let's see it's from the opinion of a citizen. Please make your point.
In Bogota specifically, there are many elements that cause pollution. For example, the numbers of cars that travel through the city daily is so much. We can see in enormous traffic that there is always in Bogota. The industries also emit many emissions to pollute in the air, and we contribute to happening. Some solutions are for government to make greater effort to stop this problem and to find ways to change cars and buses that take care on environment and make more controls of industries.
Thank you very much for your comment. It is a serious problem. She said that there are several solutions for this problem, and I share them, as do most of the students. Sorry if we had acted before together with the government and all Bogota citizens, we could not have to regret this topic that affect us all. For now, we will move to the another problem.
Valeria Heredia report to you from the north of Bogota. I'm going to talk about the third problem that for the great majority of people concern, that is lack of culture. According to a survey realized, Bogota people concerned that the city regressed because his citizens lost admiration for the authority. Besides, they feel that they can anything without anyone to stop them. We conducted a telephone interview with a woman recently affected caused the lack of culture, and this is what she told us. Good morning, Alejandra. Please tell us what exactly happened in Transmilenio last Monday.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I tried to go as usual to my work, and that moment a man entered through one of the station doors and running pushed me, and unfortunately I fell and broke my foot. No one stopped to help me. On the contrary, people ran over me without caring about my screams because of the strong pain. They just stared at me. I was very angry because I had to make an effort to reach my wallet and call an ambulance so that they could take me to a hospital. It was a miracle that I had minutes and my bag was not stolen.
It's very upsetting. I can imagine and understand how you feel, but you believe that the lack of culture was the responsible of that? Are you believe that this problem have solved? What do you think?
Well, I think that if it was caused by the lack of culture and it was a solution and it is a better education, not only at school but at home, that the value of respect, solidarity and tolerance might instill again. This way we could avoid a more situation like this.
To sum up, many people think that Bogota haven't could progress due to the lack of culture. And the better way to solve this problem is with a better education and feel us own the city.
Good morning, everyone. In the NES studios, I'm Daniel Lopez reporting from Bogota, capital of Colombia, a metropolis where all cultures of country converge. It is in this city where virtues or misfortunes of Colombians are best reflected. Such is the case of corruption. In the survey we did about the most serious problems of the city, curiously, corruption was only the third most mentioned. Despite not being discussed in the survey that we did about the problems, it is a problem that is getting more and more of a stir. Here a testimony.
I think corruption is a growing phenomena. As Colombians, we know it is a part of our history and it's been going around for decades. And it's becoming more evident through the years. For example, now with the actions of our current government, it's becoming more evident and it's getting worse and it's getting worse every time. So that's why I think the world sees Colombia as a dangerous place and it's not being recognized by the good facts anymore, but just for corruption, which is like our main characteristic at the moment. So yeah, that's why I think citizens, we have to participate as much as we can to change it. This is something, of course, Latin America suffers too, but we as citizens have the power to change it.
Okay, thank you to all our reporters. This is all for today, and we're gonna wait for you in a new edition of Air News.